Chris Evans may be returning to the MCU, and fans are buzzing with excitement about his possible comeback. The project that could bring him back is none other than the tale of Nomad. Stick around as we delve into how Captain America could end up on the moon, and discuss the one missing piece that might serve as the perfect excuse to bring him back. Avengers: Endgame concluded the journeys of some of our original Avengers. Black Widow made the ultimate sacrifice, Iron Man went out in a blaze of glory, and Captain America embarked on a time-traveling quest to return the Infinity Stones, wrapping things up nicely. Chris Evans decided to retire the Shield post-Endgame, but fans have been clamoring for his grand return ever since. Chris Evans first suited up as Steve Rogers in 2011's Captain America: The First Avenger, becoming a cornerstone of the MCU. Along the way, he faced off against foes like the Red Skull and Thanos, and even clashed with his own teammates in Captain America: Civil War, a battle that left him, Scarlett Johansson's Natasha Romanoff, and Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson labeled as fugitives. They returned in Avengers: Infinity War, after a couple of years off the grid. But there are still many untold tales from their time in hiding. One popular theory about a new Steve Rogers movie focuses on how he returned those pesky Infinity Stones after Endgame. But hold on to your hats, because there's a more compelling story waiting to be told. The time between Civil War and Infinity War, when Steve Rogers, aka Nomad, was off the radar. This is the stuff of dreams, a down-to-earth dive into Steve Rogers' character, giving Chris Evans a chance to flex his acting muscles in a quieter, more nuanced MCU tale. In Marvel Comics 1974, Captain America #180, Steve Rogers took on the Nomad alias after becoming disillusioned with the US government, leaving behind his Captain America mantle. As Nomad, he wandered as a man without a country for just 4 issues before reclaiming his Captain America identity. However, in the MCU, Rogers was on the run for a solid 2 years. The Avengers: Infinity War Prelude comics touched on part of this narrative, showing Rogers, Romanoff, and Wilson tackling a terrorist outfit smuggling Chitauri gear into the US. It's hard to believe that was the whole story of Steve Rogers' Nomad days. Marvel Studios has already shown that exploring a hero's past can be a winning formula. Take 2021's Black Widow, set between Civil War and Infinity War. It gave us a deeper look into Natasha Romanoff's world despite her tragic fate. Scarlett Johansson graced the screen one last time, bringing us a film that wasn't just action-packed, but also a character study, revealing major aspects of Romanoff's history. With that in mind, there's no reason why a similar treatment couldn't work wonders for Steve Rogers as Nomad. While Black Widow might not have soared as high as Marvel Studios hoped, it still signaled a significant shift in how MCU tales unfold. Let's face it, every big-name hero has some untold stories lurking in their past, so why not fill in those gaps with more retrospective adventures? A Nomad project, shining the spotlight on Steve Rogers before his comeback in Infinity War, could be just the ticket. Picture it: a gritty, down-to-earth tale that's right up Chris Evans' alley, especially considering Captain America's solo adventures always had that touch of realism. It's the kind of story that could reel him back into the MCU fold. Bringing back Chris Evans as Captain America could stir up mixed feelings, especially considering Sam Wilson's epic journey to become the new Cap. At the end of Endgame, Steve Rogers handed over the shield and the title to Sam, marking a pivotal moment in the MCU. Sam's evolution from Falcon to Captain America was beautifully portrayed in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and his acceptance of the mantle was a real tearjerker. It's crucial not to overshadow his growth by focusing solely on Steve's return. Sam Wilson is just stepping into the big shoes of Captain America, set to shine in Phase 5's Captain America: New World Order. But with Steve Rogers' shadow looming large, it could throw a wrench into his journey. That's why some folks reckon it might be best for Marvel Studios to hold off on bringing Chris Evans back as Cap for now. Instead, Diving into a Nomad project could be a win-win. It'd give us an emotional roller coaster of a Steve Rogers tale, without muddying the waters of his legacy as Captain America. That way, Sam can rock the shield without any distractions, fully embracing his new role. Okay, now buckle up because here's a wild one. The Captain America Moon Theory. Remember in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when Joaquin Torres tossed out the idea that Steve Rogers might be chilling on the moon? Yeah, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi flick. But stick with me. The theory suggests that Cap could be on some top-secret moon mission. And hey, before you laugh it off, consider this. The MCU has already shown us that there's life beyond Earth. In Marvel Comics, the Inhumans reside on the moon in a city called Attilan. So, who knows? Maybe Steve stumbled upon the MCU's version of the Inhumans, and is lending a hand from their lunar pad. Marvel Studios, What If gave us a unique spin on Steve Rogers' legacy. In Season 1, Episode 1, What If Captain Carter were the first Avenger? Peggy Carter takes on the super soldier serum. But Steve still gets his shot at heroism with a Tesseract-powered suit known as the Hydra Stomper, courtesy of Howard Stark. This episode demonstrates that Steve's heroism isn't just about superpowers, it's about his courage, determination, and unwavering spirit. Even without the serum, he finds a way to make a difference, showcasing why he's the perfect choice to become Captain America. Steve's legacy in the MCU continues to shine, proving that true heroism isn't limited to one person or one timeline.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.